Welcome to another episode of Slow Love Unravelled. I'm Holly.
I'm Isobel.
And today we're going to talk about our Vinted or any other secondhand platform, but it's no secret that we love Vinted. Our autumn winter sort of wants and stuff that we've favorited, stuff that we're on the hunt for, and just, what's kind of good to start looking for now. And also I think like timeless pieces, because I feel like there's obviously, I know we talked actually about Damson Madder in the last pod, and there's definitely like a lot of trending coats that they've brought out. No judgment, I've got one of them. But I think what's really good with Vinted is you can just then add in those like individual pieces that are probably so well made, because if they are older pieces, then they will be like better fabrics, more insulation, and more well made. So it's really worth spending the time hunting. But what's on your wish list?
One thing I actually am looking for on Vinted before I like to try and look for stuff that is on my wish list before I buy it, full price from a shop. But crumbs, sorry.
We're both going to be doing that. I'm sorry. I'm still doing that. I noticed it on the other pod, so I do apologise. But yeah,
I live in my Doc Martens all winter, and I love them so much. But anyone who owns Docs will know that they are like they're not a lightweight boot.
They are like actually like a glute workout.
Yeah.
Especially if you go for a walk, have you ever noticed? If I end up going for like a longer dog walk, and I'm wearing Doc Martens, the next day my bum is literally like, you've
worked out.
Yeah, you've worked out.
Girl, you've worked out. I love them, and I've got the church boots, and I mean, I have to say, I've had them for 3 years now.
They do look good on you.
And I've worn them pretty much every day for 3 winters, and they are still like perfect condition. And I'm really heavy on my feet. I like wear through shoes. It might used to drive my mum mad as a kid, because she'd be like, God, you like wear through your shoes so quickly. So they are amazing, but I just want an alternative.
Yeah.
Sometimes I find it quite demoralising, like, oh God, I got to put these on again.
Your dick kickers, you wear a lot in the winter.
Yeah, I do like those too, but I think it's so. I'm basically looking.
Her dick kickers are they're the tabby loafers.
Yeah, the tabby loafers, but they're like
we call them
so massive, aren't they? They are, and I've got quite big feet for a female, and so they literally make my feet look like breeze blocks. But I love them so much. But I'm looking at the UGG. I can't even remember what they're called. The UGG all-weather Tasman or Tamsin or something shoe, but it's the men's ones, because the women's one. So that's actually kind of quite the cool thing about having big feet, is I've got also the choice of men's shoes. So I'm a European 41 in a shoe, which does breach into the men's category. But it's the men's one, because the women's one is a black suede, but the men's one is a black, like a full grain leather.
What?
Which is annoying.
Women have cheated there.
I know, it is really annoying. So, I mean, to be fair, actually, I could be doing them a disservice. They might do it, but every time I've looked for the full grain leather ones, it's always in the men's section. And they're really cool. The rubber like comes over the top, and then it's got a leather upper, and then it's got like a little like puffer bit around the top with a little toggle at the back. They are ugly, but they're cool.
I love ugly cool shoes.
I sent them to Holly the other night, and I was like, "Are these horrible or cool?" And I got the Holly approval, so that means they're cool. Holly's got the best collection of like absolute man repeller shoes.
Yeah,
Exhibit A.
Case in point today.
Actually, Crocs. If it's not raining or snowing, Crocs with like woolly socks on would be fucking cool.
Yeah, I think you can get shoe inserts.
Oh, cool.
So like
sheepskin ones.
I don't know. I haven't. My Aurora told me. Because it's like the wind whistling through the holes is what I don't like when it gets colder.
Actually, I remember when I was looking for trainers last year, and you were like, these are the trainers I don't wear in the winter, because they're the ones that are like mesh on the top, because your feet get cold.
Yeah. Such a wimp.
You're such a little mouse.
I know.
So that's my winter. I need to up my autumn winter footwear options, and maybe not something that's black. My tabbies are black. My docs
Yeah,
are black.
that's
The Uggs
true.
I'm looking at are black. So maybe like a cool... I tell you what I actually do have for skiing are those sorrel boots, but they are very like... They're like walking boots, basically.
Yeah. Although they are Doc Martens, aren't they? They're like the boots that I got for the Zodiac shoot.
Oh, they are
I called them my
cool.
Sarah O'Connor boots because they look like something she would have worn in the Terminator.
I feel like they look great on you because you've got small feet. If I'd look like I was going on some kind of like space expedition if I wore those, because
they're very, very manly.
But they're just so like there's so much going on that boot.
Yeah.
Your like small scale pipsqueak feet look good, and then mine would be like, what on earth's going on? What's on your list?
Let me have a look.
You actually got some cracking autumn winter bits throughout the warmer months.
Yeah, that's one of my hacks is to buy coats in the middle of summer because you tend to get them for a better price.
We also have said this on the pod before. Holly has hundreds of coats and jackets. Yeah. Do you actually reckon it is in the hundreds? Jackets and coats combined?
We just don't have the space.
Well, bearing in mind there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There's 9 on the rail behind Abby.
Including jackets, and yes, I probably have.
Ledge.
I know. And it's... I'm like still looking at other coats. I'm like looking at this sheepskin Joseph one, although the seller hasn't like responded to my questions, which is always a red flag.
I hate it when that happens.
Yeah, I'm like, do you not want to sell this thing you've put on Vinted?
Yeah,
it's so weird.
So weird, isn't it?
People not responding to messages in general is fucking weird. So
I like caught your relaxed face then and you look like a little turtle.
Who?
Abby.
She does look like a little turtle sometimes.
You were just like this. And you just look like a little turtle.
I mean, I am always hunting for the Corley Studios flying jackets, but they really hold their price. So it's about my price range. Just a bit. Where's it gone?
One thing also I am looking for while scrolling through is a good leather jacket.
Yeah.
You got that banging one last year.
The one with
the really oversized one.
The black one.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love
cool.
that so much.
And I found one in the sale at Sandro. And
oh my God,
I sent it to Holly for approval. And I absolutely love it. And actually, you had felt the Sandro leather, and you were like, it was like 40% off in their sale. But it was just, I absolutely love it. But it's really short, and I think it's like it would look weird with like my feel goods underneath it because my feel good would come beneath it. It literally finishes like on your hip bones.
Yeah.
So I was just, and it was still quite expensive. It was still like 400 quid. I think, with the 40% off. So it is really an investment. And I think leather jackets are one of those things that there are so many amazing secondhand sheepskin and leather jackets on secondhand platforms. I just felt like I couldn't spend that much money on a jacket. And I just knew it. I love the style. The leather would have been amazing. But it was just short. Abby's just yawned, number one.
Oh,
it would have been short
slabbo.
On the hip. And I just...
I think it's a shame, actually, because we're going to London, aren't we, next week? You could have gone and tried it on. Because there's one that's in stock now, which is like one of their current range, which I have seen in the flesh. And it is so nice.
So yeah, good luck. Actually, I might have one on my Vinted wish list. Bear with. Look at us.
I know, just scrolling away.
Listen to the pod and watch Holly and I just scroll on our phones. Here it is. I really liked the collar because it was like a small collar.
Oh, yeah.
It's quite nice, isn't it? And I love the pockets.
And I like how it's elasticated at the bottom.
Here we are. Vintage 80s, 90s, oversized. I mean,
I
don't know why I don't buy it.
It looks really 80s.
£38. I should probably just buy it.
Just put in an offer.
Here it is. Can you see it?
Mm-hmm. I do think now is the time to look at vintage leopard print coats. So there's one here. Do you want me to screen grab this and send it to you, Slabby?
That's good.
So this is a Wallace. I don't know if anyone remembers the shop Wallace.
Oh God, I love that so much.
Yeah. And if you think about, so Charlotte Simone coats, which are such a clever business model. She has such a high demand every year, but she basically rehashes her bestsellers. Yeah, the same shapes. Fair play to her. But if you this is insane. It's fur. It's a faux fur coat. It's actually quite a lot, to be fair. It's £100. I reckon they come down on that though.
Is it a Charlotte Simone one?
No. It's a vintage one. It's
Wallace.
It's
the Wallace one. I love that so much.
Yeah. So things like that, I think I would probably pay.
I love how much Slow Love stuff you've got saved.
I always have a look at Slow Love stuff. I'm like a little Hawkeye.
I put one of my Slow Love jumpers on after, if you've looked at our TikTok, and I realised that I have, how many jumpers did I have?
23.
23 Slow Love pieces, and so a couple of them that I don't reach for, I popped on Vinted, and I think it'd been on Vinted for 10 minutes, and Holly was like, I see you.
Yeah, I'm always watching. It's when people, if I favourite it and then people message me to be like, oh, if you're interested, make me an offer, and I do quite often reply being like, it's okay, I've got quite a lot.
That's a cool little flex.
That's really nice.
Oh God, I love that.
That's Armani. That's £275 though. But you'd have to. Hang on, let me just.
I don't know if it's too short for me still. It is really nice though. I love the collar.
Yeah, it's detachable.
Oh God, I love that. The two little.
That leather as well will be so banging.
It's so nice that it's the detachable
Armani.
Collar. I don't know why anybody who does a faux fur or a sheepskin collar or something. Why are they all not detachable?
I don't know.
It's so weird, isn't it?
It's such an easy thing to do as well. But so that's what I always am looking for. There is a Corley Studio one on there now, but it's £900.
Oh God, look at the shape.
I know.
So banging. It's like a little swing jacket.
Yeah.
But show to the cam.
Oh, sorry.
Don't buy it though.
I mean, I'm not going to buy it. Please feel free to buy it. Abby's like, if you spend that on a jacket, you're a joke. That's what she's thinking. So basically, jackets, always. I also think it's really nice to have a look on Vinted for sort of vintage bags and accessories so that you can just add a little bit of individuality to your look. And I don't mean, so by vintage, it's so you don't just look like you are trying to sort of clickbait trend. I'm thinking of somebody in particular, you probably know who I'm talking about. But there is an element where I think you can have too many trending pieces on at once, and you can
just look the same.
You just look the same
as everyone,
with a splash of bag lady, really. But there is something that I am. There'll be certain vintage bags I'm looking for all the time, because you just know of a sort of certain shape of a bag that might, I think over winter especially, it's quite good to look for crossbody bags, because if you're wearing a big coat, it's really hard to keep a bag on your shoulder. So a crossbody is just easier. It's safer if you're in a city. Really nice old bomber jackets as well, like my Averex bomber jacket is literally one of my most favourite secondhand finds ever. I'll never resell that because it goes with everything. It's really thick, it's really warm, it's really well made, and I've just never seen anyone with the same jacket. Yeah.
Also, a really nice hack, because I think sometimes everyone's like, autumn, winter is just super bulky, super bulky, super bulky. We were just before the pod talking about thermals, and actually not stuff that is marketed as thermals, because lots of actual thermals are just polyester. But places like Gap, Uniqlo, COS do really, really, really nice, very, very thin merino wool stuff. So it's a nice hack to still be able to wear lighter weight pieces, but layering some merino wool bits underneath. So I don't know. Actually, I have got a couple of those COS roll neck merino wool base layers on Vinted. There's loads of COS t-shirts and basics on Vinted, so that's a good place to find. I probably wouldn't. It wouldn't be my like go-to for maybe like thermal bottoms.
Oh, I just actually got a pair of COS shoes on Vinted last night to style with all of our autumn winter.
Oh, cool.
I'll show you them because I wanted like a cream pair of shoes, but the only ones I could find, they have like a really obvious black sole, and I don't like it to look like, I don't like the thickness of the black with it. So I got their like ballet pumps.
I'll tell you what else you actually wore in New York last year were those COS. They're like chunky Mary Janes, the burgundy ones.
Do you know what? I sold those and I really wish I hadn't.
Oh, moron.
I know.
I actually have seen quite a few on Vinted. Love those. I love the shape of those. I remember when they brought those out a couple of years ago. Their black ones are also cool.
But I thought this would be really nice to style with some of the bright colours.
Yeah, lush. And they're kind of, with like the buckle across the top, makes them less like kitsch.
Yeah, and I've got such a clear idea of how I want to style the red fine gauge. That's what I'm saying. And then I'll show you actually what else I bought. Oh God, this was so amazing.
Look at her.
I know. Oh! In the like early noughties, do you remember Matthew Williamson?
Yeah.
It's like best mates with Sienna Miller, so she was always wearing his stuff. And then I don't love it when designers do this. I totally get it's a commercial decision, but he ended up having his own like range within Debenhams or something, and it just takes like, all you can find on Vinted is basically the like shit polyestery print stuff that was his collab with Debenhams. But I found this vintage Matthew Williamson silk blouse.
Oh my God, I love that. The colour is banging.
Guess how much I paid for it?
£12.
£4.
Oh!
It's 100% silk.
What?
It was on for £6, and I would just had favoured it, and then she sent me a thing being like, do you want to buy it for £4?
I find Vinted so funny. Yeah. I love, like, it was £6. I feel like Vinted really gets into people's heads.
Yeah.
I do it all the time. Like,
it's so weird.
Why did you not just buy it at £6? It's such a funny thing. I do the same thing.
I don't know. I mean, my only reservation, if this was my size, is because of it being 100% silk, like that lovely one that you found for me in there, is where if there's no stretch, it like the fabric just rips. But this is a UK 14, but because it's so much older, she has said it is more likely to suit a 10 to 12. But it's like nuts that it's 100% silk, proper designer, like the proper Matthew Williamson stuff, £4.
That is so bonkers.
So I got that. Then I have also bought a bundle from this seller that I just came across. And I'm not going to tell you what it is because it will basically directly tell you what one of our secret plans is. But it's because we're designing the run on from something that's already in production. And I bought like a bundle where I felt like the inspo from they're all vintage would be perfect. So I bought that. And then
can I see?
Yeah.
So I can.
Although this is going to be really annoying for people, everyone. So it's like a winter sports. I know, she's like, shut your fucking mouth. Then, there's just 3 of them.
God,
so the shape,
so cool.
I know. Then you can see that they're really nice cotton, and then
love.
It's a collab, but it's all.
God, you guys, this was such a treat.
And then the other thing was also something that I probably can't show you, but it's really interesting. So this is really interesting. When you see something that's suddenly like really trending. This is a piece of knitwear that a top designer has done, right? And it's been photographed on everyone from like Harry Styles. It's been all on the front cover of GQ loads. And it's such a cool design. And I know that if we were to like do something similar to this, people would be like, oh, they just are doing the blah, 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 blah jumper. But I found a really, really, really old vintage hand knit, although it says hand knit. I reckon it's probably done on machine and finished by hand. Which is where this designer's probably copied it from.
That is, I just love that so much.
I know, it's great. I sent it to Grace. I'm going to show Abby, but I don't know if Abby will know. I'll show you the trending one I'm talking about. I sent it to Grace. So Grace is my sister and our knitwear designer, Suamont Knitwear. And I sent it to her being like, look at this jumper. And she was like, all capital letters, immediately back to me being like, oh my God, that is amazing. And I was like, it's literally the blah, 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 blah jumper. And she was like, yeah. But you can easily put your own. So there's like an element. Yeah, there's an element of it where it's like we could easily put our own Slow Love. But it is just, so that's
Slow Love
those are things that are in progress that I've bought. Let's have a look and see what's been completed.
You made a really good point. I mean, so I am really not a handbag person. Like the nicest handbag I own was a gift from Holly, and I absolutely love it. But it's very summery, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. So although you quite often wear it with your like mulberry coats.
Yeah,
when we go out to London and stuff.
Yeah, I do really like that. But would you say that you switch out your bags between? I know you not like your crossbody ones you do, but would you say like would you like pair one of your heavier leather bags in winter? Do you know what I mean? Are there bags that you really do put away for summer?
So that Dragon Diffusion one, the red one I've got, that's probably going to be going away when it gets colder because it's like completely open to the elements.
Yeah.
It's like a basket, but like leather woven. So that one, the lovely one you guys got me for my 40th.
Yeah, that's like straw bags. Isn't it?
It's a straw bag. And then I've got other straw bags. That one I got in France, which is like a netted leather bag. Like just things like that. Just because I worry about when it rains, like stuff getting through to it.
Yeah.
But other than that, probably not. And I do, because I have a lot of handbags, I do rotate them.
Yeah.
I am looking forward to the day where I can have like a cubby hole for each one though, because at the moment, if you come to our house, like downstairs, James, when he came into the house, he must have been like, good Lord, because it's so messy.
Our house is at the tip.
We've got like a window seat in our kitchen, which basically is just like bags filled with bags. So I have like bags to hand downstairs, and then I store other handbags. So because we just don't have any storage, so it's an inconvenience. I'll be laughing at me.
You need to get a bigger house for all your things.
Yeah.
You need your own room.
I need my own
dressing
room. Yeah, that'd be so sick.
That would be so nice.
And basically, like on my Thursday, I work from home. You could like come and we could have a meeting. I don't have a mini fridge in there where we'd have like fizz.
I'll just sit on the floor in your dressing room.
I'd have a lock. This is going to make me sound like such a bitch. I wouldn't want to share my dressing room with Charlie.
Oh, no way.
Not because he's messy, because actually with stuff like that, he wouldn't be messy.
Yeah.
I just don't like, if I'm getting ready for something or getting ready for my day, it makes me sound so mean. I don't like getting ready with anyone else in the room like watching me.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Not watching me like I want to.
What was that?
It was like a weird burp she tried to muffle.
Oh, Abby.
I don't like somebody sort of being in my thinking space.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
I know, it makes me sound like a monster. I absolutely love spending time with him. I'm being really defensive now. Basically, I've been really grumpy this morning with him, and now I'm like.
But also, if there's like, if you're getting changed, Charlie will be like, "Sweet, this is an opportunity."
Yeah, there is that, and sometimes if I've got out of the shower and you just like, I've like moisturised, and then I'm trying to think of what to wear. I don't want to feel like somebody is right.
Waiting for that towel to drop.
Go! It's more just. It's like
I know exactly what you mean.
It's like it just takes me back to when my kids were little. So you are right in that phase.
You just feel hurried.
Yeah. It's exactly that. I just don't.
And any woman will tell you that one of the best. I love getting ready. I love picking my outfit. I love getting dressed. I love putting my makeup on. And if there's any out of like pressure, although I love getting ready like with my girlfriends before.
That's the thing. I don't feel like this when we all are like in a hotel room together.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, I've booked like the same room.
Have you?
I don't know if it'll be like the exact same room, but it's like the same layout. Sick.
Can we say?
Yeah.
Where are we going, Abby?
Well, I'm not on here, so you should say it.
Yeah, but you are, because you're there.
Yeah, I'm here, but
We can hear your voice, Mid.
Go on, you say.
We're going to New York.
We're going to New York at Christmas. Not for Christmas Day, but we are going in December.
So excited. Holly pulled such a Holly von Bock move, actually. We've been talking about it for ages.
It made me nearly cry because we talked about it in the last pod and we were all like, autumn makes us think of New York. And then we were like, oh God, we wish we could go back.
And Abby sent us a screenshot the other day where she was eating her lunch in the office, watching the New York vlog. And I was at my brother's at the weekend with the children. So it was like really full on because it was just a family weekend. And Holly was just messaging us about dates. And then I wasn't replying. So when I was catching up, it was like, Isobel in capital letters. And then she was like, fuck, I've booked it. We're going from the 6th of December we're staying for 4 nights.
Yeah.
Basically.
It was so funny as well.
I'm so pumped.
Yeah. It's enough time in advance that I was like, oh, the only issue would be childcare, but I feel like it's long enough time that you'd probably have cover. But I was like saying to Abby, I know what's happening. Obviously, Isobel is not on her phone because she's with her kids and her family. So I was like, but she will go to the loo, check her messages, and then she's going to be like, I was like, she'll send us a selfie of her face when she reads the messages.
She did.
And that's exactly what happened. Oh God, I'm so pumped.
My only thing, I was like asking Abby, I was like, I can't remember whether you were funny about having a window seat or an aisle seat.
Oh, I'm an aisle seat girl.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah,
I hate feeling
Abby
like
said,
I'm penned in.
because for the 3 of us, we couldn't, I think it was like 2 together and then somebody would be separate, or we're like 3 of us and then someone's going to have to sit next to a rando.
Nice, I can't wait. Oh God.
Yeah.
Are you going to sleep on the floor or are you going to sleep in a bed this time?
Probably on the floor. Ben's told me about how much you fart in bed, so I'll sleep anywhere, me.
Well, as long as neither of you are discussing, at least no one here hopefully will be carrying impetigo.
Oh yeah. Oh, God.
Basically, my poor. I mean, honestly, this isn't a laughing matter because she must have been in so much pain. But basically, when we went to New York last time, we shared this room. And if anyone wants to know the hotel name that we stayed in, I will send it to you because it was like such a good hotel. It isn't by any means the like super bougie, glossy one. It's in central Manhattan. So we looked at lots of options. We looked at Airbnbs and it was a really funny one with New York. So we've stayed in Airbnbs before. And I've stayed in Airbnbs loads. Even like London, Isobel and I, when we did the Kindred pop-up, like stayed in an Airbnb for the week. And it was brilliant. But in New York, it was weird. It was like there weren't any trusted sellers, trusted like hosts, which is, I will only book trusted hosts where they've had like bonus star ratings and stuff like that. Those ones were so much more expensive than the hotels, which was really weird. So I just was like, do you know what? We're in this faraway city. Let's just actually stump up and have a hotel where at least we have like more security around us. That makes it sound ridiculous, but I just think if we're going to like somebody's flat somewhere like in I just felt more comfortable. So I looked at all these hotels and Grace kept being like, you need to book it. I was like, I know, but it's really hard because there were 4 of us that time, 4 massive suitcases and 4 carry-ons. So the actual square footage of a hotel in New York to accommodate 4 of us was we would probably have to have 2 separate rooms. And even then there was like no floor space anywhere. And this hotel, we've got a suite. So it's 2 double beds, 1 separate loo and another loo. So 2 separate loos, which was great. Had its own kitchenette. And all the reviews were like, the staff are really friendly, they're really helpful, and the hotel's really, really clean.
And the location?
The location was completely central. So the location was banging. But the most important thing was the square footage of the room was massive. So our room space, we didn't feel like we were in each other's way. And it was just ticked all the boxes. The staff were amazing. That guy who like loaded all of our bags into the thing, he was so amazing.
Do you remember when he like got the wound down the window to the driver that took us to the airport, and he was like, "Make sure you look after these girls," and I was like,
which he didn't.
Which he didn't. But
so actually, and that was something I was going to say. We were going to, I think we need to contact the hotel and ask them, because they said that they had drivers, and ask them to arrange the pickup.
Good
from
time.
But Grace and I, because we're sisters, there was a double bed, so we were like, we'll share a double bed. And my my niece had got impetigo, and she's really prone to bad eczema, bless her. And she was covered everywhere, face, body, everywhere. She must have been in so much pain. Grace, we went to New York. Grace and I shared a bed for 4 days. And then when we got back to the UK, we arrived in the UK first thing Friday morning. It was 6 a.m. We got back to Cirencester. Grace and I went to bed because we'd barely slept. And then my brother was picking us up at midday because we then were going to Devon for the weekend to scatter my granny's ashes. So Grace and I then shared a bed at my aunt's for the rest of the weekend. So we shared a bed for the entire week, 7 days. Well, not 7 days, maybe 6 days. And anyway, life went on. And then like a week later, I had this thing on my bum. And it was really sore. But I thought maybe it was an ingrowing hair or something.
Hairy ass.
Yeah, or whatever. I don't know. It was very uncomfortable.
I have a hairy bum.
And I was like, this thing doesn't seem to be healing. And then it like kind of went away. And then another one came up like right next to it, but bigger. And it was like a huge scab. And I was like, I've got impetigo. And I had to go to the doctors and I had to get this like steroid antibiotic type of cream to basically clear it up. And then it's left like a birthmark scar on my skin. Shadow. For so long. It's gone now. But I said to
we
Grace,
won't bring impetigo to New York with us.
And I said, is my niece, is this what it looks like? And Grace was like, is this what it looks like? Because she had to have the same cream. And Grace was like, yeah, that's what hers looks like.
Oh,
and I was
so
like,
did Grace not have it?
No,
she
must have just been carrying it. Yeah.
Oh, sexy Grace.
But the worst part is it was so painful, and it was in like the crease of my bum, and all I could think was, this is just like this bigger patch on my bum, and Olive was covered in it. But anyway,
Olive.
So
anyway, we're going to New York.
Anyway, we are going to New York. Hopefully, no one there will have impetigo.
So actually, something that we all do need to look for now is some like good, because it's going to be freezing. When we last went, do you remember they had that weird heat wave?
Yeah.
So the week before, we were shooting autumn winter there last year. Yeah, last year. And the week before we went, I was checking the weather and I was like, fucking hell, it's so hot. It's like over 20 degrees, which was really unusual for that time of year still. And then the week that we went, it was still warm, but it went down to like 16 degrees. And then the day we flew home, it went back up to like 25 degrees. It was weird.
It didn't feel warm at 6 a.m. on Brooklyn Bridge.
It did not feel warm.
We had to go to a Starbucks
5 a.m. at Brooklyn Bridge. But it was. But yeah, December is going to be fucking freezing. So Holly has given us some tips because she's been before at that time of year. So we need to get some big duvet coats that we can just wear the knitwear underneath. You're on number 2 from Ravi.
That was fake.
You fake yawning?
No, it's just that I covered it.
Oh.
It wasn't you.
Yes, we need to look for some good duvet coats so we can just wear our outfits underneath and not have to wear too many layers. So, and those merino wool base layers will come in handy.
Yeah. So we are going to New York.
Pumped.
We are fucking pumped.
Oh God, I've just remembered a pair of really cool shoes which would be great for winter. Gucci do those. They're like their classic loafers. Yeah. Classic Gucci loafers. They do them in a boot, but they're like a skinny boots. They're almost like
boxing boots.
No, they're a really fine boot, but they're like a loafer bottom.
Oh,
it's really weird. I'll try and find a photo and get able to put them up. But that's such a great thing to look on like Vestiaire or Vinted.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have a look for those because they're a really nice winter option. They like come up like up your ankle.
Oh, I haven't shown you my boots that I got in Uzes.
Oh no, yeah, I didn't even.
From that woman, I know. I actually got 2 pairs from that shop that we went to.
the really cool girl who was like, "Don't take any photos."
Yeah, and it's the clothes, their shoes, they are a little bit like the Ganni ones where the sole's like massive, but the colour's so nice. It's like they are like a burgundy boot, and then the sole is like a powder blue.
Oh, lush.
Yeah, they're so nice.
Oh my God, actually that just reminds me of one of your options that I had put aside for your birthday. We were talking earlier about how easy but hard Holly is to buy for. And it was that colour combination.
Oh, nice. So anyway, Vinted coats are basic. So at the moment I'm doing knitwear research as well by Vinted. I do kind of a bit of both. I'm also always on the look for a good vintage handbag.
I tell you what else is a really nice addition to a winter. You were wearing one the other day. It's like a nice, like a good scarf.
Oh yeah, so that one was also something I got in France because I loved the idea.
I love the colours.
The colours were banging. I went in to look. It was really funny. I went in because she had the scarf I got. It was in bright orange and it was fucking
nice.
cool. So that's what I was originally going to get. And I tried it on. It's like a cashmere scarf. And I was like, oh my God, I love it. And the woman in there must have been in her late 60s. She was tiny. She was literally Edna Mode from The Incredibles.
Sweet one.
Huge glasses. Dyed black hair in a like Anna Wintour bob. And she couldn't speak any English. But Charlie actually can speak quite a lot of French. So he was conversing with her and she was like absolutely loving him. And
classic.
Yeah. First of all, when I went in, because I was wearing that Kindred set, she was just like, she was basically saying, oh my God, that outfit is so amazing. The linen is so amazing. Please may I see the brand name? What?
I love you were like, she wasn't speaking any English, but I could tell that she was telling me how amazing. What she was actually saying is, you look like a piece of shit. But Holly was like, I know.
Yeah, I look fucking great. Yeah, here you are. And so we ended up chatting, and then I was like, I want to try on the orange scarf, and it was in the window. She was like, yeah. So we tried it on, and then I was like, I will take it. And it was expensive. And as she folded it to put it in, it came in its own like posh box. So she was like folding it to put it into this box. And as she turned it over to put it into the box, there was one of those little red arrow stickers that Shah has like everywhere to point out a fault. And I was like, what's that? And she was like, oh, this is just a ticket. And took it off like, oh, whoops, how did that get there? And I was like, no. So I held it up. I was like, there's a massive hole in it.
Oh, no.
She wasn't trying to pull the wool over my eyes, but I think she was a bit like, oh, don't worry about it. It's just a sticker. And I was like, I know what those stickers, because it's not her
shop.
It's not her brand. So the brand would have sent them, but had that to point out that there was a fault. And she was like, don't worry about it. And I was like, no, I know what those stickers are for. Yeah. And it was like a massive hole in it. So
no.
But then I was like, what other colours do you have? And then actually the khaki is so much more versatile.
It is really nice. What material is it?
Cashmere.
Oh, gosh. Cashmere.
Cashmere.
You idiot. But like a good scarf is such a nice... It's such an easy way to also keep warm in the winter. Like covering this part of your body in the winter is so nice.
I can't wait to show people our scarves this year. It's no secret that because we've done scarves for the past. Did we do scarves? Yeah, because we did the snood. So we have done scarves. The bandana scarf, the red bandana scarf I love it so much. But so we've only got a couple of those left, I think. But so we're not doing that pattern. We're doing something else, but it is really cool.
It is very cool.
I actually, if you got on my Holly von Buck, I don't know if Abby saw, I tried the scarf on and took a photo, and it was with one of my Vinted coats, the Jaeger one. They're never fully dressed. Did you see I sent them there? So never fully dressed, or like really expanding into America. I actually saw the owner of Never Fully Dressed, I can't remember her name, on the tube when I last was in London, and I was like, she's so cool. She looked
She is
absolutely
really cool.
knackered. She was with her kids. She's got like 3 or 4 kids, hasn't she?
Yeah.
Fair play to her. I feel like they're doing a really good job, and they got like Leandra to be the face of their thingy. But that green faux fur coat is literally the exact same as without the. I really love the sleeves on mine. They're like wool sleeves, but mine is like alpaca.
Very
super
nice.
warm. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the thing with some with the high street winter coats. They look warm, but if they're polyester, like a polyester fur or a sheepskin, they're really not.
Oh, I
warm.
wouldn't. I would never buy a polyester sheepskin.
No, because they're just not warm.
They go bobbly. And they're not warm, and they make you so sweaty.
Yeah, and there's that weird thing where you're like sweaty but freezing cold.
Yeah, it's
so
really
horrible.
not very nice.
So that is something to watch out for. Sometimes they like look like they're going to be really warm, but they're just really not. Abby, have you got
A
anything
little
on your
Michaela update.
your autumn winter wish list?
I can't buy anything.
She's saving for a wedding, isn't
Abby's
she?
getting married.
I think everybody probably knows that. By
Yeah.
now.
We've
So, right,
said it
Abby,
a
you've
billion
probably got a
times.
load of clothes coming your way
Sick.
because I need to do a. Although I do think that idea
Yeah.
thing. I mean, if I had this thought at the beginning of the summer, September, because it's second hand of September, would probably have
That
been
would
a
have been
good time.
good. We could
But-
put it to the pod.
What?
Put the
Whether we
idea to
should.
the pod. See if we get any comments.
Could do. I feel like we'd need to do it more local, huh?
Don't want people to take the idea.
That's true.
That's true.
Don't put it to the pod.
But there's a lot like that tartan jacket. I actually really love, but I didn't wear it last year, and that's wool. I got that on
that
Vinted.
is so lush.
I'll show you. Abby, can you hand it to me? I need to debobble it, but it's basically those sellers who make jackets out of wool blankets and stuff. This isn't that. This is genuinely, it's 100% wool, dry clean only, but it's just a tartan like hooded jacket, so I got it on Vinted for nothing.
I love the cuffs. They're really long. Lush.
But it is,
It's very cool.
yeah, that's a good, very wintry piece.
But it's nice because it's not like super, super thick, but it would be so warm.
Yeah. It's like a shacket. Would you rather?
Is it disgusting or fun? Like a
No, it's
fashiony one?
It's a fashiony one.
Okay.
Who out of the team? We're not going to say anyone here because we're all sat here. If a team member was going to put their entire wardrobe on Vinted, and you were going to shop from it, whose would you shop from? So if we think about people who aren't here, so Pringo, Charlie, Shah, Kate, Grace, and Ellen.
I mean, I think this is an obvious answer, sure.
Well, no one's, because none of it would fit me.
Okay, if you, that isn't true.
That
as well,
is a really
'cause you're in a
good.
Fingal era.
That is a really good question.
Pringo's a video.
The Pringos, everything is just going to be too strapped around the neck. I mean, probably yours.
I said people who aren't in here, this room.
I actually really love Ellen's style.
I was going to say, I bet Ellen.
She's got such a nice... Ellen basically looks like she's from a Toast catalogue.
Yeah.
She's got such a nice, like, you can tell, I reckon she's got like a really cool capsule wardrobe where she could put anything she owns together and it would go. Do you know what I mean?
When I,
She's
when I
got
said,
really nice colour palettes.
when I met her for the first time, did I say to you, obviously I'd seen a photo of her, but that's it. I hadn't looked at her on Instagram. I don't even know what her Instagram handle is. But she was exactly dressed exactly. She was like, if I could have drawn her, I'm so bad at drawing people, so I would never try and attempt to do that. But if I could have drawn her, that is exactly what she would have looked like.
Yeah, she's a designer, so she's got such a lovely eye for design.
And
like, everything she wears is really cool.
It's cool and it's like masculine.
Yeah, and it's very understated. But when you actually like look at her outfits, like the proportions of everything are like really thought out. Yeah, she's really cool. So probably Ellen's.
Wow.
Her jeans that she was wearing the other day was so nice.
They were really nice.
So Ellen used to design for COS, and she's got some really cool pieces that she's designed or that they've been sampled and then not gone on to production. So they're like real one-off pieces that she's got. And I think those jeans might have been...
Were they COS?
I think they were COS. I'm sure she said they were COS. But anyway, yeah, she's cool. She's got a nice style.
Nice.
Who would use?
I would say probably Ellen's.
Well done, Ellen.
And because quite a lot of Grace's stuff, some of it's probably stuff I've like passed down. Well, her bras, but the
Holly gave Grace one of her old bras, and when Grace's husband Matt sees Grace in that bra, he's like, "It's so weird because like that's been on your sister."
But yeah, I think Ellen.
Thank you for listening.
Thanks for listening, guys.
We're going to New York.
I'm very excited about it.